So I'm going to go through a couple examples with you really fast to demonstrate what's an example of a good listing and why versus potentially what could be an example of a bad listing. So really fast, one thing that I want to talk about is a software that I'm going to recommend that you use. Now, it's Jungle Scout, so it's this Jungle Scout Chrome extension, which I'm going to demonstrate throughout this entire video why it's very, very important. And I highly, highly, highly recommend that you get this Jungle Scout Chrome extension. It's $99, one-time payment, and that is an affiliate link. I get a small commission. I think it's like 20 bucks. It doesn't cost you anything extra to go through my affiliate link, but it does pay me a little bit extra. Obviously, I appreciate that. You don't have to get it. I'm going to show you some workarounds. We're going to talk about the overall idea and give you some rules of thumb if you don't. But if you're serious, if you plan on scaling up at any point in time, it's going to pay for itself 10 times over. It's really going to help you, buy better products and buy them faster. So you're not, kind of checking all these sorts of things. You literally just hit the extension. It's going to tell you the numbers and you're going to know right off the bat. And furthermore, it takes the guesswork out of it, because you'll see this in a second when we go through some examples. There are examples of different categories. So for example, Amazon Seller Rank. If you don't know what Amazon Seller Rank, it's what we're going to talk about here in a second. It's the ranking that Amazon gives to a product in each category. So, for example, if this highlighter was ranked 10,000 in, office supplies, well, that means that there are, 900 or there's 9,999 products that Amazon ranks better that potentially sell better in that category. However, if this was, for example, this mouse right here, if this is in like home goods, I don't know why it would be. If this is like home and improvement, and it was ranked 10,000 in home and improvement, that also means that there's 9,999 products in home improvement that potentially rank better and sell better than this at this current moment. That's how Amazon ranks it. However, because this is in office supplies and this is in home improvement, even though they're both ranked 10,000, they both have different sales velocities. This might sell 100 a month, and this might sell, 900 a month. The reason being is there's different sales velocities in each category. There's different amounts of products in each category. So if there's 100,000 products in one category and there's only 20,000 products in another category, then obviously in the 20,000 category, 10,000 is going to be a lot worse than if you were 10,000 in the 100,000 category, because your competition is a lot higher. There's more sales there, there's more products being offered, and you're ranked higher relative to the category. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions on that, feel free to ask me, and I would love to answer them for you. But the reason this is so important is because when you hit this Jungle Scout Chrome extension, it's going to show you everything. It's going to show you the price. It's going to show you the category. It's going to show you the rank, the sales rank, and more importantly, what you're mainly focused on is the monthly sales. Now, daily sales are kind of cool too, and revenue is kind of cool. Obviously, the reviews and the rating are other things that you're going to be paying attention to. This shows you everything. It shows you the monthly sales. And the reason that this is important is because when you're going to flip a product, the whole idea is you want to flip a product with a good margin. So if you can buy, back to the highlighter example, if you can buy the highlighter for $1, and you can resell it back on Amazon for $20, then you know that it's a good product. There's a $19 margin there, potentially, right? However, if the whole idea is, yes, you want the good margin, you want to make money, but you want to make it fast. So you don't want to sit on a product that's getting 5 monthly sales, because that potentially means that your product might not sell within the first week. The whole idea is to see it selling at least one a day. That's a general rule of thumb. So 30 monthly sales and higher is the general rule of thumb. And that's going to protect you. It's going to help you source good products and not bad products. We're going to go through a couple of examples of how you can check sales velocity on Amazon before we jump into examples of how to actually source. And I'm going to show you eBay and Mercari and Poshmark as well. But like I said, Amazon is the most important. I highly recommend that you get the Jungle Scout Chrome extension. Is this a good product that you want to buy? Now, obviously, this isn't counting the margin, so you're looking first and foremost, is there a margin? If you could buy this initially for $3, then you know that the listing's selling it for $25. Obviously, there's a margin there of $21, so it's a good product to buy margin-wise. But is it a good listing for the product that you want to buy the product for? Because the first thing that you're checking is the margin. The second thing that you're checking is, can you sell it? And the third thing that you're going to check is, is the listing good? Is it a listing that I want to sell under? Because if you buy this product, you're going to relist this product back under this listing, and I'm going to show you how to do all of that too. All right, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go through and you're going to want to check to see if you can actually sell this product, because if you can't sell it, it's all irrelevant. So why go through the entire checklist? So can you sell this product? You take the ASIN from the bottom, which is the code that Amazon actually uses to identify a product within their system. So you take the ASIN, you copy it from your buyer account, obviously, on Amazon.com, and you take it into your seller account and you list it into inventory, add a product, and you're going to see if you can add it to the catalog. If you can list it, it's going to tell you. So you paste it into there and you click search. And it's going to tell you whether or not you can list it. So you click this down arrow and you see, can I list this? New or used conditions, you can sell it. It says sell yours. So that means that I can sell this product. So that's check mark number 1. Let's assume we could buy this for $3. So there's a margin. Check mark number 2 goes through because I can resell it, which is great. And sometimes you're going to notice that when you add the ASIN, it's going to say you can't sell it or you can only sell it in used conditions. And then that's something that you maybe want to buy if you feel like reselling it new or used. And that's also something that you may want to buy as well. Or may not want to buy it as well if you can't sell it at all. And you'll see some of that. Some of them are brand restricted. Some of them are restricted to just used conditions. It all depends product to product. That's why I always recommend if you can, check it to make sure. Now, furthermore, the next thing that you're going to want to check is, does it have any customer reviews? And this is a checklist that I go through, countless times. So does it have any customer reviews? If it doesn't have any customer reviews, that's usually a major red flag. It doesn't mean that you can't buy it. It just means that you should stay away from it. But if you don't get, and then obviously we're going to go through the entire other checklist. I don't want to, waste time in this lecture going through the entire checklist because I'm going to do it countless times in the future. But like I said, first thing you're going to check, is there a margin? Second thing you're going to check, can I sell it? Third thing you're going to check is the sales velocity of the product. So obviously I have the Jungle Scout Chrome extension. So I'm going to just click the Chrome extension. It's going to tell me it's selling 66 monthly sales, which means that's roughly 2 a day, right? Because there's 30 days on average in a month. So that's roughly a little bit more than 2 a day. That checks off. That's perfect. Now, if you don't have the Chrome extension, my general rule of thumb, and you're still going to be playing some guessing games if you don't have the extension, which is why I recommend it, but my general rule of thumb, if you don't, is anything under 100,000 bestseller rank in the main category. So what does that mean? You'll see here that this is the main category. 71,332 in cell phones and accessories. That's the main category. The subcategory, and this is where some people get confused, is the one right here. Cell phones and accessories, but then it has a subcategory. You'll see the arrow. Case holder, holsters, and clips, flip cases. So this is 2,500 roughly in the subcategory flip cases of the subcategory of cases, holsters, and clips in the main category of cell phones and accessories. My general rule of thumb is anything under, if you don't have the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, anything under 100,000 bestseller rank in the main category. So no arrows over, none of these right here. The main category, then it's good. Then you can generally buy it 99.9% of the time. It's going to sell fast and it's going to, work for you. So let's check a couple more. I haven't looked into too many of these. I just pulled a couple up. We're going to check a couple more to make sure. And you're going to see examples of bad products in the future. You're also going to see examples of good products. You're going to see examples of borderline products. And we're going to go through all of that. So don't worry. If this goes over your head, you can always come back and watch it again. It's going to make more sense when we start sourcing. I'm going to run through it over and over and over again. I'm going to literally beat the horse dead until you understand it. So what's the first thing that we're going to check? Can we get the margin? Obviously, you're not checking that right now because we're not on the coupon site, but let's assume that you could. This sells roughly for $50. So let's say anything under, 10 to 20 bucks would be a good margin because you can resell it, right? So you take the ASIN, which is step 2. You're going to take it into Seller Central and list the product and see if you can actually list it. So paste it in there, click the down arrow, and you can sell this in new conditions. So this is a product that you can also sell. So then we check the sales velocity. I have the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, so I'm going to click the Chrome extension. It's going to tell me, okay, it's selling 198 sales a day, which is obviously great. Now, I don't know how many that is a month. Let's just take the calculator just to run the numbers. Let's move that over. So 198 divided by 30 means that it's roughly selling, because that number is slightly going to fluctuate, 6.6 a day, which is, it's telling us daily sales are under 5, so maybe it's selling like 4 a day, roughly. Some days might be higher, some days might be less. But if you don't have the Chrome extension, general rule of thumb is under 100,000. You'll see here Amazon bestseller rank is 70,141 in health and household. So that means you can buy this. It's a good product. Now, that obviously assumes all the other things like the reviews that we're going to talk about, the listing overall and certain things. All right, so we're going to check the sales velocity of 2 more products really fast. Now, we've already gone through the checklist, so I'm not going to beat that horse dead. We're going to see that over and over again. I know I've said that a million times. So on this product, it's obviously pretty good because we know that it has a badge, so it takes the fun out of it and the guesswork out of it. But let's assume everything else. Let's just check the sales velocity. Jungle Scout tells me that this has 12,268 monthly sales, about 600 a day, so this person is completely killing it with a revenue of 281,551 a month. That's crazy. So we already know that this is a good product, but let's check the sales velocity with the bestseller rank. So the bestseller rank, and this is huge. This product is selling a lot. Is 7 in clothing, shoes, and jewelry. So this seller is completely crushing it with this umbrella. Obviously, this is a good buy. Same thing with this one. Let's check the sales velocity. So it's got 86 reviews. It's Prime, obviously, which is another thing in the checklist, but we'll talk about that later. Let's run the extension. And this is sometimes a red flag for me when you run the extension and there isn't sales data here. However, if you look at the bottom one right here, it floats down into the 1991, and it says it has 3,265 monthly sales, 126. This is what I'm really looking at because it's a little bit shady, and that's something that might be a borderline product for you because it's not telling you the top one. You're always looking at the top one. However, if we look at the rest of the listing, let's see if it's something that might sell. It might be a subcategory thing. It's a good indicator of a product because it's selling at 1969, so it looks like maybe this one's the good one or maybe that one's the good one. There's 2 of them here. One of them sells a certain amount. It has 86 customer reviews, so I know that the person's invested in this listing. But let's check down a little bit more and investigate. So this is actually 1,059 in cell phones and accessories, so we know that it's a good product because it's relatively low in the main category. Now, for whatever reason, Jungle Scout is giving me skewed numbers because one right here is giving me nothing, but the 45-inch one looks like it's selling a lot as well. So either way, either one of these variations would most likely sell more. Let's see if the numbers change here if we flip it to the 1999 one. So yeah, that's the one that you're looking for. That's the one that you want. The 1999 one right here looks like it's selling 3,265 a month. That's the good one. This one has 77 customer reviews, but this one's probably selling pretty well as well. So this is a good product, obviously, but that's sales velocity. So remember, check it with the Jungle Scout Chrome extension.